Right now, the radar shows some activity south over the Florida Keys as this east-northeasterly breeze picks up that moisture over the warm Florida Straits. And every day since Monday, we've seen some showers early down south. Now for us, we'll be very dry. Matter of fact, I'm going to start right off here by showing you the forecast for lunchtime. Barely any clouds in sight. And by the time we get towards 4 or 5 o'clock, a few very isolated showers around. Our rain chance today, 10 to 20%. And this will last all the way past sunset, where overnight will be mostly clear. Yesterday, we managed to pick up a little rainfall, 0.16 in Fort Myers. Look at the record on the date, 7.47 back in 1913. And we need some rainfall, just not that much that fast, because we are 11 inches behind roughly for Fort Myers and 10.25 in Punta Gorda. Look at the month there, almost 2 1/4 behind for Punta Gorda. And we all need the rainfall, but especially along the coast. And it looks like next week we could see what we need as far as additional and higher rain chances. This morning, fairly comfortable. We're looking at low 70s right now for Arcadia and Port Charlotte. The rest of us in the mid 70s, but we're on our way up to 95 degrees. We have a mostly dry and hot day. The record on this date is 96, so we'll be in record territory again today. Naples tied a record again, hitting 96 degrees yesterday afternoon. We're well above that average of 91. So our attention as we go towards the weekend and especially early to mid next week, the tropics. We've got Tropical Storm Franklin that's going to pull to the north and eventually become a Category 2 hurricane as it moves closer to Bermuda. Our attention goes south, right here, north of Honduras in the northwestern Caribbean. Doesn't look like much because, quite frankly, it's just disorganized showers and thunderstorms right now as we're waiting on a system to develop. That's where it gets tricky. But the computer models are indicating that some type of tropical system has the potential to develop and pull to the north. And right now, the National Hurricane Center has this area with a high chance at 70%. We'll get another update coming up in about 40 minutes at 8 o'clock. That's when the next tropical weather outlook comes in. And I want to show you some of the computer models. I'm going to start off with our in-house computer model that goes out through Sunday, a little higher resolution. And you can see this broad area low pressure start to spin a little bit, and it stays near the Yucatan all the way through Sunday. Notice there's not a lot of movement there as it brings some heavy rain towards Cozumel, Cancun, all the way over towards the western shore of Cuba. Now, I want to show you a longer range computer model. I'm going to start with the European. Now, the issues with the computer models, they don't have a system to grab a hold of yet because there's nothing there. So they're trying their best, but that leads to high variation here in the computer model runs. But the European has been a little more aggressive with developing a tropical system as it approaches somewhere here on the western coast of the state. Is it a strong tropical storm? Is it a Category 1 hurricane? It's simply too early to talk about strength. But what we are definitely seeing, increased chance of rain, heavy rain here, and that is what we need. But what we don't need are to deal with any type of damaging winds. Look at the timeline as well. This is Wednesday at 7 a.m. So the European a little slower than it was yesterday. Now the GFS a little faster and a little more disorganized. Notice you don't have those closed isobars. So the GFS is showing an earlier arrival on Tuesday evening, but the heavy rain consistent. And this would be ideal for us. A weak, disorganized tropical depression or storm to bring us the rain. Bottom line is the models are still trying to get a hold of a system that's not there yet. So we're going to see variations. But what we are guaranteed here is we're going to see our rain chance really begin to increase Monday, run through at least Wednesday, if not Thursday. And that breeze and rain will keep our temperatures in the upper 80s. As we get the information on new model runs, we'll bring them to you here throughout the day. And of course, we'll keep you updated throughout the weekend.